next steps here, I could put the power supply in. Not ready to do that yet, though. I think I'd like to actually get to the radiator first. I'll be mounting this up on top. So I've got an all-in-one cooler here. I've got the radiator right here. I've got the block here for the CPU. So it'll go roughly like this, or probably actually, I think it's going to end up going like this just because of the height constraints of the case. And remember, so this has to go down on my CPU. So by the way, this is a 3x140, so a 420mm radiator. There's a lot of flexibility though in this case. Let me show you why. So there's a lot of flexibility in this case because if you flip this little thing right here up, you might not be able to see it, but see, there's a little, yeah, you can see it right here, this little round thing. When it's in this downward position, it's locked, but if I just rotate it up and out of the way, I can now slide this up and down and this up and down. You can see I've got two separate fan racks basically. By default, these come configured for a dual 120 radiator design. So in other words, you could put a 3 or a 4 fan, 120mm fan radiator in here, which would just be absurd. So you could put 8 fans actually on the front here. My radiator, like I said, is a 3x140, so that's a 420. It's not going to take up the full space, and that's fine. Actually, it gives me some flexibility here. I believe I have flexibility to position it wherever I'd like along here. And so what I want to do first, before I do the radiator, which is kind of it's a fixed chunk, I don't have as much flexibility with it. I also want to put fans on the front here, and I want to do a 3x140 on the front. So that's what I want to set up first here, is figure out how do I position my 3x140, how much flexibility do I have? I'm assuming I can basically put them wherever I want here. And so same thing with the radiator, I'm assuming I could slide it up or down here wherever I'd like. By figuring that flexibility out first, then when I get to the radiator that's going on top for that CPU, well, then I know a little bit about where I can position things and figure out the tubing on that to make it not take the torque or stress off the tubing, because I don't want stress on the tubing that's not necessary. And given the size of this case, given the size of the AIO, it'll just be better for me if I put some fans in and have a good idea of what this case can do here. So that's what I want to do first, is just slide this up. And I wonder if I can actually, can I get this thing to, it'd be nice if I could get this thing to lock out. I don't know if you can. No, you can't. It's too bad you can't flip that back and get that to lock. I might have to stand this case up to be able to do this and keep that out. Instead of standing that upright to hold this out, I can mount the fans without bringing that up actually, but I want you to be able to see this. So I'm going to pull out on the panel here. There's like, they call them little ball nubby things or whatever. They don't call them ball nubbies. That's what I call them. But it's just a little ball here that snaps in place. And then the filter can come off here as well. Okay, figured it out here. They just slide out. Now that I've done that, you can see what's going on here, because I'll be putting the fans on the back here. So by the way, I've chosen Lightwings LX, one of the newer fans from Be Quiet. It's 140mm PWM fan, high speed. So in the menu, you see these little adjusting spots. What you want to do is look for pairs of the same marker. So for example, if I want to be offset over here, first off, note that the fan screw is going to attach into this little sliding hook, or sliding hole basically. So it's going to come down a little bit. So it's not going to be exactly aligned with this bar right here. But you can tell right now I've got to move this other bar down a little bit. So if I wanted, there's a 140 hole right about here. So that will work right there, but I do need to come down about 1 notch. Which means then there's another 140 right here that it would line up with. And the way to tell which ones you can use, instead of trying to look at my case and see, you can tell right over here, look, see there's a 140 right here. It's the second notch in. It's got little arrows on it that point outward. So then look for the one that corresponds to that also points the same way. So that one right there. So that 140 right there would be the one that I go with. And I'm just realizing now in post that the arrows that point to the left will align to the left. The arrows that point to the right will align to the right. And then the arrows that point toward the center will align to the center. So you can pick based on that as well. Right here, you can see what it looks like if I want to do 3x140. So I only need 2 sliders. I need the outer ones. I'm going to get rid of that middle one. So I need to basically loosen everything and take this one out. And then I'm going to put enough little things on here to get 3 fans. So I need 1 on top. It needs 1, so each fan needs 2 of these, so I'm going to have to move some of these around. I got to add some more. They must have some more. Well, I got to take them off down here to move them up here. I'm just going to take all these screws off, so take that one off. So now I need to take off the middle one. And then for this one where I want to add the extra screws, I've got to get that end off. So a 3rd screw here. And then I'm assuming I can just slide that off some. Yeah, the end just slides off. Sorry if that's not perfectly focused. And then I'm going to just line it up here and add a few more. There we go. Okay, it gets stuck on the end, I guess. So I want 3 fans, so I'm going to need 3 sets of 2 here, so 6 total. Be careful not to cut your hand on the end there. That's what I was worried about. I don't know why it's so hard to get past the end. Go. Okay, then we'll put this back on. It slides on just like the sliders. Okay, so that one's ready to go. I'll do the other thing, the other one, and I'll be right back. I just want to make a quick comment about this side. You really got to kind of pull up hard to get to the back side there, so just pull up a little bit harder to get to that last screw. Otherwise, it tries to hide down below, or push in the middle. That might be easier way to do it. Then when you get to taking off the last bar here, you can put your pinky underneath this bottom bar, and then you don't have to hold up on the rail anymore, though. I don't want that one to fall down, so I'm going to hold the bar also. Okay, I'll put that one back down. And actually, that's probably good there, because to get more of these on, I don't need to take that other side off, technically. Might be easier, though, because there's a screw underneath, so yeah, I'm just take it off, just anyways. Okay, so this next step is really important. Before I put the fans on, I want to make sure I understand the orientation here. You can see on the side here of my fan, there's a set of arrows. There's 2 of them. In this case, one points down. In other words, the one that's parallel to the airflow. The air will go in and out. In this case, so the air is coming in this side, going out that side. Another way to tell it is with fans, usually the label, the logo on that side is the intake. The exhaust is going to be the side with the little arms here that hold the motor. So the air, in this case, confirming it with the arrows, goes straight down, and that's what the parallel airflow arrow is. There's another arrow, though it's confusing to me, but it makes sense now. This other one tells you which way the blades spin. So it's perpendicular to the flow, and it's telling you that the air, in this case, the blade spins this way. So it's going to spin like this here. So if you wanted to test, then you could test by just confirming that, and you'll feel air down here. You're not going to feel the air on top. You'll feel it on bottom then to confirm that the air is going straight down. So watch the arrows on your fan. Make sure you figure out the orientation of your fan, because now when I put this in here, I want, in my case, air to come in the front of the case and go back. So I want to exhaust the air into the case, basically, bringing the air in by putting this like this. And so that's important. Otherwise, I could put this all together and have to take it all apart to flip the fans around. Make sure to pay attention to which side the little connector is on. So this is going to be inside of here. It's flush with this side here of the rail. That's going to be the outside part. So the fan will actually connect to the inside. So it'll be like that again. Just keep that in mind. When you're putting the fans on, then they're going to be on the inside of the case. So they're not going to be in front because there's no room here. There's no gap here. So when I'm putting the fans on, I'm going to secure them so that they sit inside of here. Like this. And I got the airflow side. The intake side is going to go flush against the front side of that. That's the goal here. And then for putting this together, which might change my calculation here, but they have a bunch of these easy screws that are supposed to be super easy to insert. You don't have to use the screws that came with the fan. They've got these supposedly easy insertions where it's only like 1 or 2 turns to get the fan in. Theoretically, we'll see if this works. Oh yeah, that's nice and tight. Just like 2 turns there and you're done. Okay, so got the 3 fans attached. 1, 2, 3, 4 on each one. So 12 screws there, those easy, I guess, easy screw or screwless screw things. And then notice, one thing I might recommend is to consider where you want the wire to come out at. So this comes out in the same spot. For me, I just decided to go aesthetically with it coming out the same spot on each fan, so it's symmetric. And then I'll just hide away. I'll be daisy chaining these fans anyway, so I'll hide away the excess. But you might want to decide which side you want it to come out on. I wanted it to come out on the back because there's cable management in the back. So now I'll be able to just put this on here. Yeah, in my case, I want this to be symmetric, so I'm going to go with the 140, the one that has 2 arrows. If you want it to be even in the middle, go with the marks that are like this, where the arrows point in and touch the bar in the middle. Make sure you pick that same marker on both sides. Okay, so that should get me going a lot better now. I swear we need a third hand as a human. Okay, now once you've got one on each side, it should be a lot easier to work with here. So give me a second, I'll finish the last screws. Okay, so I've got this all screwed down now. I did 2 screws on each one. So now the nice part is that's all done. Now the one thing I'll point out is you have some leeway here for sliding the fans around, and I don't know if there's a way you can lock this in so they don't move at all, and I don't know if gravity would be an issue at some point, but I'm thinking I'll slide one down to pull air in the bottom, one about in the middle, and I'll push one up to the top. And so this also tells me that with this fan layout, I've got about 2 inches of leeway here when it comes to my radiator when I get to that part, which will go up over here. This one, I got about 2 inches of leeway if it's the same size as the front. And I think this is a pretty symmetric square case, so I think that's going to be the case. I should have at least 2 inches of leeway up there. At least I know I can slide it around a little bit, which will help me with the tubing on that, which is so rigid. Sometimes it might be easier if I could slide it down one way or the other. Also, I probably need to go ahead and get the rails prepared up there for my radiator. It's going to go in the center as well, so I've got to adjust these rails just like I did the ones over here. So I'm going to get that prepared, and I'll be back for a video about that next.